This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. The man acquired by trade in the offseason, it's Joe Mixon. And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
I think this is something that we can expect to see here, especially early, Mike, as this team gets into a rhythm. They want to lean on this run game. They feel like they have a lot of advantages over this defense, and you can see from the first play here why they feel that way.
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins.
It seemed there was a bit of a busted coverage in the secondary, and I think that's what led that receiver to be so wide open. And that's a ball that just needs to be put on him. It doesn't have to be a perfect throw. It doesn't have to be thrown on the money. Just make it catchable and take advantage of that opportunity.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Let's go.
From the gun, here's Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end.
And it looks like he's going to have that 1st down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on 3rd down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
Here we go.
Here's 1st and 10. In motion now, it's Collins. He's trying to get around the corner, but can't. Going to be run down behind the line. A completion, yes. A loss of yardage, yes as well. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
Where's the hot? Where's the hot?
In motion now, it's Collins. On play action, Stroud. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And that is incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for. And it's going to lead to 4th down. The Texans set to punt this one away. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. They'll run. This is Jaylen Warren. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. That's complete. Calvin Austin. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
He finds Metcalf on the slant. And he will score. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10.
All right.
They'll go play action with Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And the Steelers are going to get the football at their own 23. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Get up. Street. 60 Eagles. Shot alert. Go.
On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. Up the sideline at the 35. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. In the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Here we go.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Once again, it's Warren. Well, they weren't going to get him the 2nd time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
70 range.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And this ball batted away and incomplete. He was looking for George Pickens there. Third down coming up.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Let's go now.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And the Texans are going to have it. They'll take over at their own 24-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
On first down, they'll start with Mixon. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Second and 11. Now Stroud. That's complete. It's Tank Dell. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the fourth quarter.
They come to the line now on second and 2. Now Stroud. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And he's going to wind up losing yardage here, and that will take us to the end of the opening quarter of play. Here's Tommy Townsend now. The punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down. They'll come up here, first and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Johnson. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5.
Ready.
Another run here with Johnson. And some good running there. That's a first down. Up to the 43. They put Wilson in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. A pass taken in by Johnson. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. 22 yards the pickup there. Good for a Steeler first down. They'll run this over the center with Johnson. Trying to avoid tacklers there, but the ball is out. And the defense has it.
Something these running back coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage. And I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort. I love the fight. But it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself. And in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's Dameon Pierce.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
To throw is Mills. Open man, the tight end, Brevin Jordan. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
And this throw batted away and incomplete. John Mechie was the intended target, and it'll lead to a second down.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Throwing is Mills. Finds the open man, Braxton Berrios. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. On the carry, it's Pierce. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Mills to throw. He airs this one out looking for Mechie. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him and will bring up third down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
Here's Mills. This is intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the Steelers are going to take over here up near the 40.
All right, Mike, at this point, am I allowed to call timeout? Because I would love to talk to both of these offenses. Listen, guys, ball security. Protecting the ball is the #1 rule in football. You got one side losing it on a fumble, the other side gives it right back with a pick. I mean, come on, guys. As an offensive guy, I want to see big plays. I want to see long drives, touchdowns. Not a game of hot potato, bouncing the ball back and forth.
Here's a 2nd and 6.
Check. Come on.
Give it right up the middle. And here's Johnson. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss.
You have to wonder if next time, does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play? It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
To throw is Rudolph. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward. And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. First and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. This one complete to Jordan. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points. Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. I mean, that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball. Find easier completions. Find the better matchup. And instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception.
First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Mills now. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Here we go.
They'll run straight ahead with Pierce. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now Mills. That's hauled in at the 2.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he will take it in himself. Dameon Pierce, touchdown Texans. Fairbairn good on the point after. And the Texans are on the board. It's now 14-7. So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Set up. Set go.
Now Rudolph. He'll air it out down the middle. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. Back to throw, Mills. This one complete to Higgins. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
That'll be taken in by Pierce. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Let's go now. Go, Lee. Go.
Higgins sent in motion. On play action, he'll set up to throw. This one, downfield, taken in by Higgins. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Houston. Now Fairbairn for the extra point. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. And they are unable to tack on the extra point. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Come on, set. Get up.
So the drive begins with a give to Johnson. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. In motion now, it's Miller. Rudolph looking to throw. A throw left side taken in by Wilson. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Big first down pickup there by Roman Wilson. And remember the last time we saw him play in a live game, Mike? It was that Rose Bowl. He had a great year for national champions, Michigan Wolverines. Led him in catches, yards, receiving touchdowns. And this is a guy that not only can get downfield and make big plays, but even on underneath throws, he is very good with the ball in his hands after the catch.
He's going to tuck it and go.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. In motion now, it's Miller. Here's Rudolph. He'll get that complete to Donald Parham. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
That's to the big tight end, Parham. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. In motion now, it's Miller. Rudolph. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he is going to be out of bounds. It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal. They put Wilson in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal at the Texans' 3-yard line.
Ball at the 3, 2nd down and goal. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 18 yards on the connection. First down for Houston.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
A running back that can be used in the passing game is a handful for these defenses. And you can tell this offense, they're not shy getting this guy the ball. And I think the rest of this game, they're going to continue to see, hey, defense, do you have an answer for this guy?
Let's go now. Let's go.
They'll throw out of the gun. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Now, faking the give. He'll let one go down the middle. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
Third and a yard. To throw is Mills. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds after a pickup of about 4, but that is enough to keep the drive alive. First down.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the first down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they were able to convert.
A run up the middle with Pierce. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. So we are through. Here's second and 9. Throwing is Mills. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie linebacker. And the Steelers are going to have it just past their 25.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On the handoff, Johnson is running right. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Throwing, Rudolph. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to throw is Rudolph. He finds Scott Miller. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. They'll try to run for it with Johnson. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
Catch made right side by Wilson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. To throw is Rudolph. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. Roman Wilson was the intended target. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Now it's Johnson. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He finds his man. It's Skoranek. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. That's taken in. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He was short when he caught it, but knew exactly where he needed to get to. Gets there and keeps the drive alive. Now they'll set up to throw. Now a screen set up for Johnson. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their 2nd. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here's Tremon Smith on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Let's go.
Back to throw, Mills. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4.
Let's go now. 65 back, 65 back. Come 19.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Here's a third down and 4.
Trap 60, trap 60. 19 tight, go.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That's 3. Third time tonight he's been intercepted. Here's first and 10.
Cowboy 80. Ready.
It's Johnson from the pistol. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. In motion now, it's Miller. They'll go again with Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage. How about the defense standing up in the red zone? They'll mark it at the 10.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
On third down, here's Johnson.
Ball carried by number 20. He was brought down at the 4-yard line. A gain of 6 yards. It's fourth down.
Now on fourth down, the veteran Chris Boswell on for the Steelers. No issues there. This one is good. And the Steelers will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Mills now. That'll be taken in by Pierce. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. After the loss of 3, it is second and 13. Now Mills. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the pass. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
So this one in the win column for the Steelers as they start things out with a victory here in the first week of this preseason. And that'll do it for my partner Greg Olsen. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.